This is the battery that came with my Nikon Z6, and this is the battery that came with my Nikon D850. These are the same batteries with minor differences. This is the EN-EL15A, and this is the EN-EL15B. This one allows me to charge the battery while plugging the camera in to USB-C. This one does not. Now, normally I found that over the years, aftermarket third-party batteries are just not nearly as good as the OEM batteries, the original manufacturer's battery. I have tried all sorts of third-party batteries, but I find that there's just certain things that just don't add up, that they don't hold a charge as well, or they don't charge fully, or things like that. But sure, third-party batteries are way cheaper. And today, I want to talk about a third-party camera battery that I never thought would have been made. From Duracell. That's right, Duracell is now making batteries, and this is the DRNEL15US. This battery is supposed to be like the EN-EL15s from Nikon, but I'm not exactly sure if it's the A version, the B version, the upcoming E or whatever version that they're going to be doing in the next future generation of the Nikon bodies. But I will tell you that it's about 60% less expensive to get the Duracell. So I got two of these, and I'm about to charge them up and see how they hold up. Now, I figured that if you're going with a third-party camera battery, you might as well try one from a company with the reputation of Duracell. They've been making quality batteries since before I was born. But before I dive in, I just want to point out that the EN-EL15A is a 7-volt 1900 milliamp 14 watt hour battery, whereas the Duracell version is a 7.4 volt 1600 milliamp 11.84 watt hour battery. So while this has more voltage than the Nikon EL15A, it's actually less milliamps and less milliwatts per hour. So there's that. And when you compare it to the EN-EL15B, it's the same as the EN-EL15A, so this is still underpowered in milliamps and milliwatts than the OEM one. So without even charging it up and trying it, I will say that this will likely not hold up as long doing video work and photography than the Nikon one would. By the way, the other thing that I found over the years is that some camera manufacturers like Sony, and I think even the newer Nikon batteries, they put little chips inside the batteries that help the battery and the camera talk to each other and fine-tune its optimization. In fact, a lot of the third-party Sony batteries you can't even use in Sony cameras because of the lack of chips. So let's charge this up and we'll see how long the battery lasts, and let's see how this does.
The next day.
So yesterday, after I finished filming the introduction to this video, I did a big test. I set up the Nikon Z6, and I had two fully charged batteries. One is the Nikon branded battery, and one is the Duracell branded battery. I started with the Duracell and I put it in, and I recorded as long as the camera would record, and the Nikon Z6 can only record 30 minutes at a time. So I set a timer, and I started recording, and then at 30 minutes, I would start recording again and just keep going. And I did the same test with both batteries. But I started with Duracell, and it went to 1 hour and 20 minutes and then shut off on me. It would not keep recording because the battery was too low. 1 hour and 20 minutes. I moved on to the Nikon branded battery, and I started recording, and then at 1 hour and a half, still had some juice left in the battery. But I didn't need to keep going because it already outran the Duracell branded battery. So we know that it had 1 bar left, by the way, so I probably could have gone an extra 15 minutes or so before the battery died. So I probably could have gotten 1 hour and 45 minutes, but even if we say 1 hour and a half, it's still out-survived the Duracell branded battery. Now, this is not to say that the Duracell branded battery is not good. In fact, I expected it to not last as long as it did. I expected it to have a battery life that was shorter than the Nikon branded battery. Even though the voltage on the Duracell is more, the amperage and the watt hours are actually less on the Duracell. So I expected it to deplete completely before the Nikon. And again, this is not to say that the Duracell branded batteries are not good at all, because they're actually pretty good. I was shocked that it lasted 1 hour and 20 minutes. I've had other third-party batteries that would last maybe 40 minutes on a good day, especially with video and audio being recorded not just stills. With stills, you could go days with one of these batteries and not have to recharge it. One other thing that could have helped this situation more is if I turned on the Bluetooth and connected it to my phone for the geotagging, because that would have depleted the battery even more. But I feel like the video was still a good test. So here's the thing. If you need a third-party battery for your camera, no matter the camera brand it is, check out Duracell. Because it's Duracell. They're a tried and tested company. Just like this Nikon battery has been tried and tested over the years by Nikon, the Duracell brand is tried and tested, obviously. But the thing with this is that it is only sold directly by Duracell. So if you need a third-party battery and you're interested in the Duracell battery, then you have to go to DuracellDirect.com, because that's the only place that you'll be able to buy it. DuracellDirect.com. If you like this video, click that subscribe button below right now. I publish new videos every Monday and Thursday whenever possible. You don't want to miss it.